Welcome to my channel French Pulse. Let's enjoy learning French. Today we're going to do a quick recap on mettez au négatif. How to make sentences negative in French. You need to write ne before the verb and pas after the verb. If the verb begins with a vowel, which are the vowels A, E, I, O, U, it becomes N apostrophe before the verb and pas. It will also become N apostrophe before Y and silent H. So let's take some examples. Je suis français. I'm French. I'm not French. Je ne suis pas français. Put ne before the verb and pas after the verb. Il est professeur. Put ne before the verb, but this verb begins with a vowel, so it will be N apostrophe and pas after the verb. The first thing is to identify the verb. Ne has to come before the verb and pas has to come after the verb. N apostrophe has to come before the verb and pas has to come after the verb. Elle habite à Paris. This verb begins with a silent H, so elle n'habite pas à Paris. This is just a simple method of changing a sentence to negative in French. Now, when we have article indéfini, what are the article indéfini? Article indéfini means a or an, un, des, and some. So, un, des in negative sentences will change to de or d apostrophe. Elle a un cahier. She has a notebook. Elle n'a pas de cahier. So, the formation remains the same. N apostrophe before this verb because it starts with a vowel. Pas after the verb. And this indefinite article un changes to the. Elle a des cahiers. She has some notebooks. She does not have the notebooks. Elle n'a pas de cahier. So again, ne before the verb, pas after the verb, and change the indefinite article to de. If the verb begins with a vowel, N apostrophe. Il y a une fille dans la classe. There's a girl in the class. There's no girl in the class. Il n'y a pas de fille dans la classe. So, il n'y a pas de. So, N apostrophe because we have Y here and followed by pas, and the une fille changes to the fille. So, here we just learned how to change sentence into negative in French by using ne plus verb plus pas, and if this is followed by an indefinite article, un, une, des, in negative they change to de or d apostrophe. Let's see what happens with the verb être and with definite articles. Let's look what happens when we have the verb être. With the verb être, there is no change in negation. Let's take some examples. C'est une règle. It's a ruler. Ce n'est pas une règle. Now before the verb, this verb begins with a vowel, so an apostrophe, pas after the verb, and don't change the indefinite article because we are using the verb être. Let's take another example. Ce sont des garçons. These are boys. Ce ne sont pas des garçons. Put ne before the verb, pas after the verb, and they remains the same. No change because this is verb être. With article défini, what are the article défini, which means the? Le, la, L apostrophe, les. There's no change. So, elle a la trousse, she has the pouch. She does not have the pouch. So, elle n'a pas la trousse. Ne before the verb, pas after the verb, and the definite article remains the same. Let's take another example. Il a les cahiers. He has the notebooks. Il n'a pas les cahiers. Il is the subject pronoun. N apostrophe before the verb. Why is it N apostrophe? Because the verb begins with a vowel. Pas after the verb, and les cahiers, we don't change the definite article. So, this was a quick recap on mettez au négatif. We saw To change a sentence into negative, we need to write ne plus verb plus pas, n apostrophe plus verb plus pas. When we have indefinite articles like a, you, they change to de or d apostrophe in negative. When we have the usage of the verb être, it doesn't change. The most important thing is to be able to identify the verb. First identify the verb and then place ne before it or an apostrophe before it and pas after it. L'article partitif, which means some, it's used for uncountable nouns. What are the articles partitif? Du, de la, del apostrophe, des. They will change to de or d apostrophe when we change a sentence to negative. Let's take a few examples. Elle mange du gâteau. What is she eating? She's eating some cake. Elle ne mange pas de gâteau. So put ne before the verb. First identify the verb correctly. Put ne before the verb, pas after the verb, and change the partitive article to de here. Il mange des fruits. He eats some fruits. Il ne mange pas de fruits. Put ne before the verb, pas after the verb, and the partitive article des changes to de, fruit. Je bois de l'eau. I drink some water. Je ne bois pas de. So, je ne bois pas de. Put ne before the verb, pas after the verb, and d apostrophe because this word begins with a vowel. This was a quick recap on negation. I hope you have understood how to change sentences into negative in French. The description box has exercises on the same. It will also have a link to all those lessons or these particular mété ou négatif explained in details, and there'll also be a quiz on the same topic. You will also find the link of my Padlet and my website. Like, share and subscribe to my channel. Au revoir et à bientôt.